Okay, we're on problem number 5 of chapter 3, lesson 2. We're on set 2 problems, and we're told on a graph paper, draw a pair of axes extending 6 units in each direction from the origin. Then connect the following points in order with straight line segments. So first we're supposed to draw our axis, and if we were to draw our axis as we have here, we would only have to extend them out 6 points, which means we would not need any of these, okay? We would just go out to 6, out to this point. In fact, I'm going to need to get my black marker so I can write here. So we really wouldn't need, let's just say, this part, right? That wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have drawn that. You wouldn't have drawn this. But you're extending 6 in all directions. Oop, I almost got the 6 there. Maybe I should just erase that. So none of this would have been there. Let's just, I have my graph set up. I'm not going to draw a graph every time, but in this case I just want to give you an idea of what it would look like. So you would just go out to 6 as we did here, okay, as we did here, and as we did there. All right, and here. So now they're told, or they're telling us that we need to connect the following points in order with straight line segments. So we need to put the points up first. So our first point is 4, 4, okay? So 4, 4, we know we're going to go positive 4, and it's in the x direction first, so here's positive 4. Then we have to go positive 4 in the y direction, right? And when I say y direction, I mean parallel to the x and y, because obviously the y direction would be moving to the y. But so we go 4, and then we go up 4, and that would be our first point. Okay. Now we're told to plot point -6, -1. So we go -6, -1. Okay. Now we're supposed to connect those. We're going to just plot our points first and then we'll connect them. Our next point would be positive 5, -3. So I go positive 5, then -3. Okay, that would be here. So I went positive 5, -3. Then our next one is -3, positive 5. Well, that's all the way up here. Oop, almost went over there. Okay, so that's -3 and up positive 5. Now it's -1, -6. So it looks like we're going to be connecting stuff all over the place. It's going to be an interesting diagram. Sorry, this point really got out of hand there, didn't it? Let's just rewrite it. That looks better. Okay, and then we're supposed to go back from here to there. So now we're going to connect them according. So I am going to get my little ruler out, or at least my straight edge, and I was told to connect these points. Now, actually, before we do that, you can write down the coordinates of these points. So that would have been 4, 4, right? Our next one would have been down here, -6, -1, right? That's that point. You can draw these points and put their coordinates. It's obvious where they are, but sometimes your graphs are going to require that you put the coordinate, the information. We don't necessarily have to have every single number, every value on here, and sometimes these numbers aren't even exactly the values here. They could be, for instance, 4.5, which would put it in the middle. And we've already discussed how that graphs aren't necessarily exact by viewing them. There is an exact point in its value, so sometimes you have to put the value down. Okay, what was our next one? It was 5, positive 5, -3. So it's positive 5, -3. And our fourth point was -3, -5. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, we did that. Yeah, -3, +5. That's up here. And then our last point was -6, -1. That would be here. Okay, and then we would draw the line back to 4, 4. So let's get our line. Now I'm already seeing, I think I have an idea of what we're going to get here when we start connecting all these dots. I'm sure you've done this as a child where you had dots and you had to connect them in the order. And we're told to connect them in this particular order. We go from here to here. That was our first. Now what's our next one from 6.1 or 6, negative 6, negative 1 to 0.5, negative 3 means we go here. Then from this point, we're told to go to point negative 3, positive 5. Are you getting the picture yet? I think you might be seeing what we're drawing here. Now we're supposed to go all the way back down to here. Now if you didn't see it, you probably see it now. And now we go right back up to our first point. And yes, there we have. We have drawn a star. And you get a star if you did this, or if you do this well on your test.